Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now let's solve this problem. So we try to change this in standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Now before that, there is a relation in indices where we can write if a has the power of m plus n, then we write am and then an. So same basis, then we can add two powers. Now we do same here. So this 2 power x is same minus 3. Now this can be written as root under 2. Its power is x and then root under 2 whole square plus 8 is equals to 0. Simply we are applying this relation of the indices in this. Suppose this is a and this is m plus n. So we have this relation from this relation. Now we can write the power of x in this way. If this is divided by 2, simply you multiply by 2. Now we are doing all this process so that the first term can be changed in the form of x squared. Now again minus 3. So root under 2 can be written as 2 power of 1 divided by 2. That means 2 we can write in this form. Now this is square of root under 2. So we can simply write 2. So that is 2 plus 8 is equals to 0. Here we can write this in this form. The power is x divided by 2 and square. Now you can multiply this 3 and 2, which is 6. And then we can write this also in the form of x divided by 2. And then plus 8 is equals to 0. So all we did is, so here we just use the bracket and then this x multiplies 1. That's why x divided by 2 is the power. And here 2 and 3 is multiplied, which is 6. Now we can change this in the standard form of a x squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Now we can assume the value of k equals to 2 the power of x divided by 2. So here becomes k square minus 6k plus 8 is equals to 0. So we assume this is the value of k. That's why it's a 6k. And this is the value of the k. That's why this is k square. Now here we do factorization. To do factorization, we get the factors of k. So the factors of k can be like 1 times 8. It can be 2 times 4. So the first is 1 and 8 factors. And the second is 2 and 4 factors. Now using these two factors, we have to get minus 6. So from these two factors, minus 6 is not possible. But from here, if you add minus 2 and minus 4, so here is minus 6. So we get minus 6 from minus 2 plus minus 4. Now we can write this relation k square minus 2k minus 4k plus 8 equals to 0. So we divide minus 6k into minus 2k and minus 4k. Now for factorization, we look at these two terms and then these two terms. Here we have k as common factor, then k is the remainder and minus 2 is the remainder here. So from these two factors, k is factor out. That's why from k square, k is remainder. And from here, k is factor out. That's why 2 is the remainder. Same here. In these two terms, 4 is a common factor. So minus 4 is factor out. When there is a minus factor out, we have to change the sign here. So this plus is now negative because minus 4 is factor out. So we have to change this sign. So now that is minus 2. Because minus 4 is factor out, this minus 4 divides 8, and that is how we get minus 2. Now here we have k minus 2 and same k minus 2 here. So we can factor out k minus 2. So k minus 2 is factor out, and from the first term we have only k and minus 4 from the second term. Now that means k minus 2 is 0 or k minus 4 is 0. So from here, we can say k is equals to 2. We can add plus 2 on both sides, or we can add plus 4 here on both sides. So k is equals to 4. Now we have the value of k from here because we assume k is equals to 2 and power of x divided by 2. So the value of k is 2. The power is x divided by 2, and we can write this 2 as 2 power 1. Here same, k is 2, the power of x divided by 2, and this is 2 square. Now since these two bases are equal, and here these two bases are equal, so we can say x divided by 2 is equals to 1. Since bases are equal, their indices, the powers are equal. Same here, x divided by 2 is equals to 2. Now, if you multiply both sides by 2, then this will be 2. If you multiply both sides by 2, then this is 4, right? Simply you are multiplying here by 2, multiplying here by 2, and this 2 cancels. That's why 2 here. Again, you are multiplying by 2 here, multiplying by 2, 2 cancels, and that is 4 here. That means the value of x is either 2 or 4, and that is the answer. So if you have any questions, please write in the comment section below. I'll see you in next video. Till then, take care. Goodbye.